Hello, I'm Jake, aka HamStuff, and welcome back to HamStuff Plays NMS Permadeath, where we begin with the journey milestone for having learned 8 words, as I'm on my way to mine some uranium, which, I think I wanted it, because it's valuable, you can sell it, but you can also use it as launch fuel, instead of crafting launch fuel from dihydrogen and a metal plate tank. You can use uranium. The silver though, that's basically used for selling, which is why I'm on my way there. But I now, as you can see, have full health. But in other news, day of recording, a new volcanic eruption has started in Iceland. And I'm watching just like this red surface. Well, it's like this gelatinous blob pulsating in and out and jiggling rocks up and down on it. I'd scarcely call it volcanic eruption at this point. Not much seems to be erupting. But I've got myself more uranium. So I'm still loosely following the story missions. No Man's Sky is so linear in the early game these days, it never used to be. But it wants me to go to space, so space I shall go to. I think it wanted me to go to the space station maybe, or I wanted to go to the space station. Exciting pause menu action. Wants me to check archives on my base computer. Well, nothing seems to have happened on my way to the space station. I guess this was the main reason I came up into space. I think I might mention in the previous video that depending on the type of economy in your solar system, the inside of the space station is a different colour and maybe a different shape. From all the orange, the triangular roof, you can tell that this is a materials based economy, which I definitely knew already. A silicate powder you can use to make glass and recharge your terrain manipulator, but since I don't need much glass, it doesn't take a lot to refuel the terrain manipulator, I decided to sell it. So we did say explore nearby planets, so I guess that is what I will do. I decided I'm going to call this episode Threatened. Because, well, Sentinels will be a thing, and also space pirates will be a thing. One will be more of an annoyance than a danger, but one will be rather quite dangerous. So stay tuned. I'm just like slowly making my way down to planets. Even though I think it's a little unrealistic that I wouldn't just be plummeting down. Because like even with that engine power, gravity is still a thing. And I fall faster than that. Just after lifting off my jetpack, like not using it or it running out of fuel in the air. And the world's update has brought utter beauty with these incredible floating islands. I think I tried to land on one, but it wouldn't let me. But we have burbs, and it's so difficult to scan flying those. Also, it always has been. The way it used to do it is just shoot them down. When, you know, No Man's Sky first came out. Before the, I think, next update. Obviously, No Man's Sky Next is the most important update. There's been bigger ones like Worlds, but that really changed the game on a fundamental level. There was No Man's Sky before, and there was No Man's Sky after. Like, the game today has more in common with No Man's Sky Next than the previous update did. You know, I've mentioned before how the release of No Man's Sky was an absolute shit show and clusterfuck. We were lied to, plain and simple. But they made good on their promises in the end. And No Man's Sky is honestly a better game for it. It's been around for 10 years almost. And one of the things we got along the way are these sentient plants with albumin pearls. And the sentinels do not like me picking them up. I hate the sentinels these days. Way back when, yeah, the level 1 sentinels was just a drone. Then there was 2 armoured drones. Then there was a dog then. These days, you mind one tiny little pebble, it's like Avengers Endgame. Yeah, they all come through the bloody portal to whoop Thanos' butt. It's like that, but sentinels. And while running away from the sentinels, I stumbled across this, some sort of monolith. You know, lith comes from litho, like lithosphere. This is the crust of the earth, so Greek meaning rock, and mono is one. So it's like one rock. Etymology aside, it's time to scan some weird animals. It's like a bouncy penis jumping around. As I look upon the ancient relic. Oh, never mind, I went through that quicker than I could read. But it's frozen, so it needs like an organic element like carbon. I don't know how I know that, it just seemed obvious. And I can also locate a portal, but I don't have a Viking dagger and I don't have the glyphs. So not today. as I continue to explore the planet and mind my own business, I've got a sentinel that also wants to mind my business rather than its own. I hate these triangle ones because they're the ones that call for reinforcements. Meaning by the time we destroyed one sentinel, there are 3 more to deal with. To the more behind the scenes information, I'm currently watching 3 No Man's Sky videos at the same time. The live stream I was watching about the Ice and Volcano finished, so I put on one of my own videos, my latest episode, 2 weeks ago. On my PS4. Then I'm watching my third episode, the extended edition of the third episode from the first series, No Man's Sky Survival, because I've not named my planets in my No Man's Sky series for so long, like No Man's Sky Survival, because I just lost track of what planet is what. So I'm watching all of it from the beginning. 2 days on, 1 day off to watch, an episode, then an extended edition, then take a break, because they are quite long. And I'll keep doing it till I make a note of every solar system and what planet I discover in what order, so I can name them, because otherwise somebody could swoop in and steal the discovery. And if that happens, it's my own stupid fault. But normally when I say No Man's Sky is a beautiful game, I mean the grand vistas and the wide open sky. But caves, this tiny little enclosed space, it's just something about it, it's lovely. I think it's little lights in the ceiling that remind me of stars. Oh yeah, and the third No Man's Sky video is this one I'm narrating right now. So, more halt, pause, menu action. So what I'm actually looking for is bonus content. A way to redeem bonus content. Because I pre-ordered this back in 2016, I get a couple of bonuses, like 10 grand in units, and a new starship, the Alpha Vector, which isn't the best starship in the game by any means, but it's such a cut above the Alpha Vector. Not Alpha Vector, this is an Alpha Vector that I'm getting now. So the Alpha Vector is the one I get for free because I pre-ordered. I think Radiant Pillar is what this tiny little one that you start out with is called. You know, a nice little bonus for pre-ordering the game. But having discovered a new planet, it wants me to communicate with someone. So, you're not alone, please identify yourself. I decide not to. I know you can hear, because I always try to do differently to what I did last time. The first time I played this in survival mode, I did identify myself. So I want to see if it makes any difference. So it wants me to go over here. What awaits me, I don't quite know.
Scan detected.
But it would appear trouble waits for me along the way.
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
So I'm immediately set upon by a pair of perilous pirates. And I was not expecting, so I'm all thumbs, I didn't know what to do. There is a rocket launcher. I have no idea why I uninstalled this. Also, if you press square, there's like an autopilot target lock which steers you in the general direction of what you're shooting at. It's not 100%, it still needs to steer it yourself. So there you go. So I want to recharge my shield, but it's broken.
Critical damage taken.
At this point, I think better of it and try and escape. Because there's no way I can fight these guys. I literally have no shield, and it's not going to recharge. Pulse engine unavailable. So just make it too easy to escape, which I get, but it's back online, and then it isn't, which is a little bit annoying. But eventually I do manage to barely escape with my life.
Protection falling.
But I'm back down the ground. I decided to get my new Alpha Vector because it's good to have a working ship. Now it doesn't have a rocket launcher, but since it was damaged in the previous one, and it takes the same resources to fix it as it does to install again, I'm not really down by much. Another thing that's broken is my life support, but that I'm not going to fix. I'm not going to fix it because it doesn't ever deplete. So it's one less thing you need to worry about. So I go back onto the mission and try to find what it wants from me. And to find what it wants from me, I need a target sweep mode in my analysis visor, which I honestly forgot came pre-installed. I thought it was an upgrade I got at some point, but apparently not.
Radiation protection falling.
It appears to have led me to this broken technology. But appearances can be deceiving, as it's actually a little too close to be what I'm after. And what I'm after is just over the brow of the hill. Another starship. I do think one thing that's got worse about No Man's Sky is the early game. It's so linear and it just drags on. Back in 2016, you had a broken ship and it just left you to it. It didn't, give you the tutorial on how to fix things, which perhaps it should have. But rather than go somewhere specific, I had to follow starships flying over the planet in the hopes it would lead me to a trading post, and it did eventually. I think I bought a metal plating, maybe a hermetic seal. 2016 was a while ago, I don't quite remember it, but it was a radioactive planet. Another thing that annoys me about No Man's Sky, the constant technology damage. So I turned it off for my survival playthrough. Because you just can't play the game, you spend all your time fixing what the game has broken. See, I jump over a hill and my jetpack breaks. So I make it back to my ship and I find the new one. I don't think I will count this toward my objective of get a new ship, because it was my objective was to buy a new ship, and I've not bought the Alpha Vector unless you go buying the game, unless you count buying the game rather. And this one I just found for free. Originally this was all going to be one episode. But became apparent I won't get everything I want to get done in an hour. It might have been let you leave the solar system until you built a base these days. But a free crash ship, it's nothing to sniff at. I can always scrap it for money, and getting an advanced mining laser out of it is not too shabby either. But at least it lifts off. Let's hope I can get to the space station without more pirates. I want to know what would happen if I scrapped every one of my starships. Would it just leave me stranded? I didn't want to talk to this dude. But upon giving him a gift, I don't get a whole lot in return.
Units received. Units received.
But one thing I can get is some free space in the inventory. And some more units I can use to buy a ship hopefully the next episode. I thought about buying a ship this episode. But the pilot had other plans. He wasn't looking to sail, so he flew away from me.
Shield down.
Well, it wants me to board the anomalous space station, and I'll do that next time. Remember to like, to comment, subscribe. Oh god, what else is there? Check out the rest of the content. Yeah, I've got plenty more videos on the way. And check those out, and I will see you later.